Hold on. Am I the only one on every 4th of July that has that one person on social media that lives in the suburbs talking about, hey, I can't tell if those are fireworks or gunshots? And if I'm being honest, it's not just one person, it's a bunch of people. I know I'm not tripping, so let me know in the comments. It's literally the dudes that live in a upper class neighborhood where there hasn't been a crime in years talking about that. I don't know, that completely blows my mind. But anyways, happy 4th of July. Is it really a complete 4th without a video from Matt Be Great? I don't think so. I know what some of you, or probably nobody's thinking. Yo Matt, why aren't you celebrating the 4th? Don't get me wrong, the concept behind 4th of July is pretty cool, but I feel like it's highly overrated. I mean, it's alright I guess. Fireworks, they're okay. They seem to get less and less exciting each year, and then I don't drink alcohol, so there's no need for that. I think celebrating a holiday, everybody has their own twist and turns on it, so the 4th of July for me, the best part about that holiday is making a video. That's what we're gonna do. I don't think you guys will mind, and we have a very important topic to talk about in today's video. What we're gonna be talking about is something that's currently ongoing with Mikey Williams and Bronny James. And last but not least, before we get into this video, if you do hear any popping noises, aka gunshots, just know I'm recording this when it's prime fireworks shooting time. I'm currently in the trenches right now until I can save up enough money for a house, so if you do hear a pop and then I go silent and there's not another video for a couple of days, you know what happened. We went over this stat line from yesterday, but we're going to look at it again. Yesterday, Bronny played 2 games. In his first game, he had 6 points, but in his second game, he had 16 points, was 5 for 12 from the field, and 4 for 10 from the 3-point line. In yesterday's video, some people would say I was too harsh on Bronny, but I disagree. In the video, all I said was that I think Bronny James is an average basketball player. That's not being harsh on him, that's just speaking the truth. I want you to understand, and please listen to this, there's a difference from telling the truth and giving your opinion and being a hater. Me hating on Bronny would be me criticizing the way he looks, criticizing his hair, and criticizing his shoes or something outside of basketball. If I'm giving my honest opinion on somebody's basketball game, that's not me being a hater. This applies to real life too. A hater is somebody who hates on you for something that's completely irrelevant. For example, if Bronny got a Lamborghini and I was like, oh, well, that's a 2008 Lamborghini. That's a hater. As long as you give a legit basketball take and can back it up with facts, like I do always, that's not hating. That goes for you guys too. I don't want you to say, oh, Bronny's trash because I say it. Form your own opinion and back it up with facts. And you can use some of mine, but at least have an open mind. The stat line I'm showing you right now, that's from his game, and that's not me writing that up, that's the official books. His 16-point performance was arguably his best performance since his injury, and he's played in roughly 8 to 9 games since then. Ever since last night too, there's also been a fair share of people that have backed up Bronny and said he played great. That's absurd to me. Don't understand where that's coming from. You must just be a fanboy because he was only the 4th leading scorer in the entire game. I'm not even going to say it. You know every single excuse we've talked about Bronny. People just make them up at this point. In the meantime, while Bronny was playing last night, Mikey Williams also played and he dropped 32 points. They did lose the game. I know some people are going to say that, but I'll touch on that in just a second. Mikey finished that game with 32 and 8. 32 and 8. So for my Bronny fans, I'm talking to you. If y'all thought Bronny played great with 16 points, does that mean Mikey Williams is God because he doubled that and had 32? I'm asking a legit question. Cause oh man, just keep that same energy. That's what I want out of you fans. Keep that same energy. Cause if the roles were reversed, we've been saying this a lot, but if Bronny would have put up the 32, I don't even know what would have happened. I think Twitter would have exploded. But you notice how nobody's talking about Mikey's performance. It's, he had an okay game. Are you serious? You gotta be joking, right? And nobody's gonna talk about Mikey scoring 32 because that's what we expect out of a 5-star recruit. Here's my problem with this. Let me clarify it. I don't have a problem with nobody really talking about how Mikey played. My biggest problem about all of this, and I want all of you to shut up about this, is stop the comparison. Stop comparing Mikey and Bronny because it's 2 different levels. There is not a comparison there. It's not even close. If you've ever seen Mikey play in person or just watch the highlights, they get you excited. I don't know what it is about his game, but it's exciting to even watch his highlights. He's an exciting player and he's always going to put on a show. He never has a night where it's not a thrill. This may be slightly controversial, I don't really think so, but Mikey Williams reminds me of Johnny Manziel at Texas A&M. I think Mikey is the high school version of Johnny Football for basketball. Both of them are very, very, very confident. It doesn't matter where they're playing or what's going on, people are going to watch, and they do put on a show. Whether sometimes it's not as good as others, that's up for debate. Mikey is must-see TV and must-see basketball. He is. A year ago, I thought Bronny was in that same category, but I wouldn't even be excited to see him play anymore, and that's sad to say. You can go look at the highlights or whatever, but think about this. When Bronny scores, it's normally a easy dunk, a couple of layups, and maybe a three here or there. He doesn't even get a legit bucket at least once a game. On the other hand, for Mikey, yeah, he's going to get his fair share of easy buckets, but he's also going to make a couple mid-ranges, some step backs, and some crazy finishes. And then we all know he's going to do one crazy dunk, so that's expected. I've said this, but I got to repeat myself because some of you don't understand. If you're going to say Bronny is this great big player, he's the next big thing, he's this 5-star recruit, well, you got to hold him accountable like you hold Mikey Williams accountable. And then I got to address this too. I already know every single video, Matt, stop D-riding Mikey. All you do is D-ride Mikey. All you do is D-ride. Shut up. I'm not D-riding Mikey. But it's a great example because Mikey Williams and Bronny James are the same age and they're both famous. You can only even bring up Mikey and Bronny in the same conversation because they're in the same class and they're both famous, so it's a good comparison. That's why I bring up Mikey in some of these arguments and takes I talk about, because it gives you more of a perspective. Why would I compare Bronny to a senior? All you guys would say, yo Matt, you can't compare a senior to Bronny because he's older and played more. But when I compare Mikey to Bronny, and it's a legit argument, all you want to say is I'm D-riding. Come on now. The fact is, when y'all say I'm D-riding Mikey, you just know I'm speaking facts because it's popular to hate on Mikey. So since I give him credit when it's due, I guess I'm D-riding. Whatever. I wish the best for every player. It doesn't matter to me if Mikey and Bronny put down a basketball today. I'ma still make videos. I don't think you understand that. What Mikey, Bronny, any basketball player out there, it doesn't affect me. I'm wishing the best for these guys, and I hope they're NBA All-Stars. But I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and tell you Bronny James has been playing good when he's not. You can say Mikey's overrated. I'm fine with that. You can say he has bad games. I'm fine with that. But what you can't say is that he's not a great basketball player because that's just clown energy. That makes zero sense because you know he's good. For Bronny, he hasn't proven it, so we don't know he's good. Since we did compare Mikey's 32 to Bronny's 16, I have seen this conversation and I'm going to put it to end real quick. I see people talking about, well, points aren't everything. And I agree with that 100%, they're not. But if you want to say points aren't everything when you're talking about Bronny, tell me what else he does. The only reason I talk about his points is because he's not doing anything else. He's averaging roughly 6 to 7, 8 rebounds per game and under 5 assists. So it'd be different if he was putting up 7 points and 15 assists. If you want to have a conversation about points on everything, that's fine, but you got to back it up with a different stat. He brings nothing else to the table. And let me speak on this before I forget because I know everybody's going to bring it up. In Mikey's game, they did lose, and all everybody's saying is, well, nobody's talking about the team who beat him by 30. The team Mikey was playing for was a last-second team that was put together and they basically played in a showcase game. They lost, but it's AAU, it's a showcase. I don't even have to speak on that. Nobody's trying on defense. And also too, if you want to complain about how they lost, well, Bronny lost both of his games yesterday and still didn't put up half the points that Mikey did. In 2 games, Bronny had 22 points, but in 1 game, Mikey had 32. It'd be different if Mikey's team lost and he didn't contribute, but the dude dropped a 30 piece. There's no comparison, stop the comparison. Mikey is a straight up alpha dog and Bronny, he has the potential to be, but he hasn't proven it. So yeah. I'm gonna get going before one of these fireworks flies through my windows and knock me out, but with all that being said, it's gonna wrap up this video. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. If you're new to the channel, wait on, join the family, hit that subscribe button, leave a like for more, and as always, let's be great, my peace.